leaking stories they published about the FBI's investigation into alleged collusion between Russia and President Trump's campaign during the spring of 2017. What's up, everybody? Truth Seeker here. The text messages proved that Strzok, along with his girlfriend, former FBI attorney Lisa Page, had been in contact with top reporters from both newspapers and were working with them to create news stories to damage the reputation of President Trump. Strzok specifically mentioned two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning New York Times writer Michael Schmidt in his text message to Page. In one message, texted to Page on April 14, 2017, Strzok wrote, "Also apparently Times is angry with us about the Washington Post scoop and earlier discussion we had about the Schmidt piece that had so many inaccuracies. Too much to detail here, but I told Mike, redacted, and Andy they need to understand we were absolutely dealing in good faith with them." The FISA one, coupled with the Guardian piece from yesterday. With agency whistleblowers on edge and President Trump warning that new leaks are criminal acts, the Congressional Research Service on February 22nd sent Congress one of its legal sidebars reviewing past approaches to distinguishing between illegal and legal contact with the media. So what's the gist? Numerous federal employees have been prosecuted for leaking classified material, and Peter Strzok faces up to 10 years in prison. The content of the bombshell text messages also directly contradict the claims of Peter Strzok's attorney, Ethan Goldman, after it was revealed earlier this week that Strzok and Page discussed a media leak strategy in some of their text messages. Strzok's attorney Goldman claimed the term media leak strategy in Mr. Strzok's text refers to a department-wide initiative to detect and stop leaks to the media. Goldman's statement came after President Trump tweeted about the newly revealed text messages, and North Carolina Representative Mark Meadows sent a letter to Deputy Attorney Rod Rosenstein asking him to investigate the texts from Strzok regarding the media leak strategy. Sarah Carter reports, according to several U.S. officials who speak to the news outlet, Mike mentioned in Strzok's message is Mike Corton, the former FBI Assistant Director for Public Affairs who retired in February. Andy was in reference to the former FBI Director Andrew McCabe. McCabe was fired earlier this year after it was revealed in the DOJ Inspector General Michael Horowitz report that said he lied to investigators and leaked information to the media. On April 11, 2017, the Washington Post broke a story titled FBI Obtained FISA Warrants to Monitor Former Trump Advisor Carter Page, which contained detailed information that the FBI had obtained secret court order to monitor Page, a short-term Trump campaign volunteer, in October 2016. The story, written by Ellen Nakashima, Devlin Barrett, and Adam Inthouse, referred to unnamed U.S. law enforcer and other U.S. officials who told the Washington Post that the FBI and Department of Justice obtained the warrant on Page after convincing a foreign intelligence surveillance court judge that there was probable cause to believe Page was acting as an agent of a foreign power. However, in April 2017, former FBI Director James Comey had signed the third renewal on Page, according to reports. In June, Rosenstein would sign off on the fourth FISA warrant renewal application to allow the FBI to continue monitoring all of Page's communications, which ended in September 2017 after the renewal expired. It may constitute a waiver of any reason for secrecy provisions that are part of a warrant application, said criminal and civil rights attorney David Schoen. Under the rules of the FISA court, their disclosure to a third party should have been revealed to the FISA court. It's material fact that should be disclosed under the FISA court rules, and besides all that, it would certainly violate FBI rules. The question is, why was he doing that? Why was he leaking it? Schoen believes there is no reason the FISA should not be declassified, considering they are willing to leak the information to the Washington Post. The Washington Post story also suggests that the FISA warrant on Page is the clearest evidence so far that the FBI has reasons to believe during the 2016 presidential campaign that a Trump associate was in touch with Russian agents. Page, who has designed any wrongdoing, has never been taken into custody for the claims made by the FBI, said his life was turned upside down when his name was leaked to the media. He said he has also received death threats and reputation was tarnished after former British spy Christopher Steele leaked parts of his unverified anti-Trump dossier to the media. Like I said all along, this is a complete joke. Page told SarahCarter.com, "It's not about me. They are just trying to undercut the Trump administration's accomplishments."
Bombshell new text messages between former FBI officials Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, giving a shocking insight to the extent of media leaks ahead of the Russia probe. In one exchange from 2016, December of that year, Strzok writes, "Think our sisters have begun leaking like mad. Scorned and worried and political, they're kicking into overdrive." Fox News contributor and investigative journalist Sarah Carter joins us now to weigh in. Sarah, give us your translation. You only have one snapshot of a conversation. What are they implying here?
Well, they're implying that people that were working with them alongside this investigation, another agency, more than likely the CIA, I'm suspecting, but we don't know that for certain yet, was leaking information. He could have also been referring maybe to the DOJ or people that were involved in the investigations. Look, Pete, this is so out of control because if you go to 2017, yesterday I published a story with more text messages as well, where Peter Strzok is actually talking about his conversations with the New York Times, with the Washington Post, where they're openly talking about how the New York Times is upset with them because the Washington Post got the scoop. The scoop at that point in time was the FISA warrant on Carter Page. That was a classified investigation because they had to go to the secret court to obtain a warrant to spy on an American citizen. Yet people went to the Washington Post, validated that there was actually a warrant to spy on an American citizen, and geared that conversation, that narrative, against President Trump, because that was the time when everything shifted, when the trajectory of all of these stories shifted toward this narrative of unsubstantiated, unproven Russia collusion.
Also this week, we saw additional text messages from April of 2017. Strzok to Page texted, "I had literally just gone to find his phone to tell you I want to talk to you about the media leak strategy with DOJ before you go." And then on April 22nd, Strzok to Page, "Article is out. Well done, Page." Now, he's tried to defend himself saying, well, it was a leak strategy to prevent leaks. But this is the same guy that said we were going to get him. How did they in any way defend themselves from clearly trying to push information into the media?
Pete, they can't justify it. They just can't justify it. With all of the new text messages that have come out, particularly the ones right now where Strzok is talking about his conversations with the New York Times or with the Washington Post, he clearly cannot justify this anymore. And Congress is going to have to call them back, bring them in for questioning, and the DOJ is going to have to do its job and investigate this. And if somebody at the DOJ does not do this job, then, according to a lot of the senators, congressional lawmakers that have been part of this investigation, they are going to have to call for another special counsel to investigate this or find someone at the DOJ that can.
Sarah, one word answer on this. Are there more Strzok Page texts to come?
Yes.
All right. We will bring you in when we have them. Thank you very much for all you've done.
I think our hunch there about it being the CIA is 100% correct. We all know it was John Brennan. John Brennan was definitely the ringleader of all this intel operations on how they was obtaining everything. The CIA kind of has no restrictions or rules when it comes to doing whatever they want to do. And so, of course, you're in bed with the CIA if you're the FBI, because then you have the CIA do all your dirty work. I mean, that's how it's always been. But the whole point of all this is the fact that they were all lying from the get-go. The whole entire thing was a BS investigation from the start, all clearly designed to just destroy Donald Trump's reputation and try to get him out of the office. I mean, that's clear design. It's all because Hillary lost the election. This was their plan too. If Hillary lost, this is what it was. This was the coup that they set up. And it's all getting exposed now. And it's funny when you see companies like MSNBC and CNN sitting there going, oh, we know we're going to find something with Donald and Russia. That right there should make them accessories to this crime, because they're purposely putting out these false lies to all the people out there, hoping that this will manipulate the way people think about President Donald Trump and if they're going to vote for him. I mean, this is literally a psyop. The whole entire deal was a psyop. And this is treason to the United States. Their whole entire house of cards is just crumbling right before their eyes, and they're shaking in their boots. They don't know what to do anymore. They know they lost control of everything. They don't have their empire anymore. Their Death Star has literally been blown up already. And now they're trying to put back pieces together, and they hope that there's enough stupid people out there to believe all the lies that they want to put out. But their reputation is pretty much over. I mean, no one listens to those mainstream losers anymore. No one does. I mean, that would be almost like listening to the Young Turks. It's just mainstream garbage lies, all designed to try to smear President Donald Trump, and we see through that. They are not going to get away with this crap anymore. We the people will not put up with it. And it's the whole reason why Donald Trump was elected to be the president to begin with, was so we could end all this crap. And that's exactly what's going to happen next. But what do you guys think about all this? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to be able to support this channel, please click the tip jar link in the description below. This channel has been demonetized since June, so it's the only way that we're actually making funds that pays for all the projects and the buddy list social network and everything else. And so we are stretching every single dollar as much as possible to try to make this happen. So your pledges and donations, and even when you buy stuff from our t-shirt store, helps out every single bit. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Please subscribe to our channel, like our video, and comment below, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace! And don't forget to click the notification bell.